Councilman Camilleri.
Here.
Councilwoman D'Arminio.
Here.
Councilman Accomando.
Here.
Council President Mazur.
Here. I'm going to ask after the pledge to please remain standing for our veterans who have proudly served our country, and also for a township resident, Mr. Jack Wozniak, who recently passed away. Jack was not only a lifelong resident of Saddlebrook, he was also a historian and an awesome educator, and he will be missed. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all council members on October 30th, 2015, and to all legal newspapers in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975.
The public is hereby advised that any statements made during the meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook may not be privileged or protected, and that persons or entities who take issue with such comments or are offended by same may and have in the past sought legal redress through the courts. Any member of the public who addresses the council speaks for themselves and not for the council.
Motion to open the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Sorry? We do a presentation?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, presentations.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure tonight to announce the winners of this year's Halloween decorating contest. We had a very fun night. What we did was myself, Council President Mazur, and Councilwoman D'Arminio, along with the Mayor's Youth Group, we had the town senior center bus driver drive us to all the different homes, and it was quite a fun evening. It was an adventure. I got to say, I was very, very impressed with the imagination and the creativeness of all the contestants, and it was a real fun night. I have here with me senior advisor to the Mayor's Youth Group, Thomas Van Winkle, who he does this every year, and he gets a big kick out of it. And I'm going to have him come up and describe the different winners, the houses, and what the themes were, and what he saw and why they were chosen as the winners. Thomas.
Okay, good evening, everyone. And I'll tell you, I was impressed with a lot of these houses that decorated for Halloween. I mean, I thank everyone for doing it. So I'll just cut right to the chase and call up our winners, starting with third place, and that is the LaFay family. And we will be giving all winners their certificates and their prizes. And I'll just make a note about their house. Our group was in love with the creative tombstone sayings, and we saw the hashtag dead, so we enjoyed that. So thank you for participating, and congratulations on the third place winner. Okay, and our second place winner was the Davila family.
Thank you.
Okay, and we loved the skeleton body parts coming out of the ground at their house, and we found the spiders and bats on their house to be very creepy. So we did a wonderful job on decorating. So thank you for participating. And last, but certainly not least, our first place winners was the Presti family. And the reason why the Presti family was chosen as the first place winner is that they really exemplified the Halloween spirit. I mean, there were a lot of lights and colors, creepy skull heads, spooky tombstones. So, you know, just every square inch was covered with something. Lights, decorations, so that's why they were first place. So congratulations, and we hope you participate again next year. Can we have all the winners come forward for a group picture? Thank you. And we'd like to thank everyone who participated in the decoration contest. Everyone did a great job, even if they didn't win. And we all had fun judging, the youth group and members of our council and the mayor. And all the pictures of the houses that participated are located on the Mayor's Youth Group Facebook page, facebook.com/SaddlebrookMYG. So, and we also thank Howie for driving the senior center bus. So, without him, we would have had to walk. We would have had to walk around town. So, so thank you everyone who participated, and we hope that we'll have participants for the Christmas decorating contest in December. And now I'll turn the mic back over to Mayor White.
Thank you, Thomas. Good job. And thank you for remembering a few things that I didn't remember. That's good. That's why I have you here.
Okay, at this time, I would like a motion to open the meeting to the public.
Motion.
Second, all in favor? Meeting is now open to the public. Anyone wishing to be heard, please come up and state your name and address.
Sylvia Zottarelli, 232 Lanza Ave. This past week, my daughter is a recreation cheerleading coach. She got an email that said they can start practicing at Washington, which made everybody happy. I understand you hired a custodian. Tonight, I was told the Board of Ed custodians are covering this because your custodian didn't work out, and I just want to know if there's any truth to that.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. We did not, the township didn't hire. The township is reimbursing the Board of Ed. So I have no clue what you're talking about, and I really can't comment any further.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to be heard?
Larry Tychek, 92 Claremont. I heard two things tonight that were mentioned in a work session that really shouldn't have happened, and they did happen. And once again, it's our fault for letting it happen. The engineer said something about the contractor refusing to go back and straighten out Cambridge Avenue. Well, that contractor 3 years ago was told he would never work in this town again. And we were convinced and persuaded by our former engineer that he spoke to him and it would be no problem. The guy messed up behind the high school, damaged the scoreboard, didn't cart the garbage away, and a whole bunch of other stuff list that he never went back to and did the punch list, and we had to hire somebody to do that. So that, in turn, the council said, that contractor does not work in this town Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Camilleri, do you remember? The contract I'm going to say is Garcia. And then Garcia is awarded that $500,000 job. And it was mentioned that night that he was not supposed to work in the town. And he still worked. So what good is handing out, not punishments, but, you know, we just keep paying and just keep getting ripped off. I mean, this is what we're doing. And that was a favorite contractor of the ex-engineer. And this is what we get in the end result. So again, it never ends, and it's going to be years, because you'll see the problems that'll come along after the work is done. When, like I say, when you have like I say, I don't know who hired this contractor here that's working now, but Ferraro, you see him all over the place. The guy comes in, beautiful equipment, does the job, cleans the road, sweeps the road. I mean, there's no complaints at all. You can drive on the road the next day. This guy came in to town without even notifying the town that he was going to rip Cambridge Avenue up and just started working. I mean, but this is the end result. And we let it happen because you people approve the contracts and you people approve the contractors. You can't do it. You can't do it, especially when you're dealing with what you're dealing with. The other thing is the money's not available for the paving now. Let me ask Mr. Simaluka, because he's been all over this engineer for 3 months now, asking him about curb cuts and the plans. How long was that money available from the county? Excuse me?
Until July.
No, how long was it available? How many years were we waiting for Mr. Costa to draw the plans for the handicap ramps and everything? And you never asked him once. That money's been available for 3 years, and you never asked him once. This guy takes over in January. You've asked him 3 times already. But yet he had 36 months to sit on it. When something's for free, you have to be first in line. And that's when you should have been over that guy. But you couldn't be over him because of the relationship that you have with him.
I just want to.
Now, you don't want to do nothing now. I'm talking. You're not going to do nothing now. I'm talking. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, I'm going to correct a lot of mistakes you made last week or last month when you made all your miscomments. Like I said, you got to act on it quickly and not sit around. This is the end result because we kept getting promises. You also said last month that we had drawings. Where are they? Can the public please see them, or can you bring them? I know we got a bill for $37,000 that's in the garbage right now. The bill's not, but the plans are. We never seen them plans. We never, ever, ever seen them. And you're saying we had plans, we had this. You know what? The right way to do it is he should have drew a drawing of the whole complex and presented it to the town and say, this is what it's going to look like. We still don't know what it's going to look like. We still don't know. I don't know how much we have invested, but Pete, I asked you a couple months ago to find out how much money we have invested in drawings and everything else at that field. And I didn't get an answer, an approximate, if you can't, zero it down to
We paid
the exact amount.
$37,000. There's still an outstanding bill that we're not.
That was for the refreshment stand,
Yes.
correct? Just that was the $1 million. That was $1 million model. Okay. Like I say, that was really, we need that. The other thing about the refreshment stand too is you're at a football game. The busiest time is halftime. It's 15 minutes. You're not going to be a short order cook and cook cheesesteaks and everything else like that. You need to boil water for hot dogs, have pretzels and stuff made. You're not going to make the pizza. You're going to heat the pizza up. I mean, we could really cut back on that. Most of the food is brought in. As far as leaving stuff there, you can't leave it for a week. I don't care what kind of containers you put it in. The animals and the bugs, you're only asking for trouble. Like I say, if the candy's sealed or whatever box, you could leave that there. Soda, you could leave there. But anything else, chips and stuff like that, they'll get into. And it'll be, they've got a health problem then. And like I say, I think we could really cut money back there because you only need to service the people. The food is going to be brought in there. You're going to push it out that way. A couple of years ago also, I asked about Rosemont Avenue over here. That is the street between the old Ray Soud and that little building there. Mr. Costa was going to get an estimate on what it would cost to curb, sidewalk, and pave it, because I believe we were just going to pave it and I said the pavement would run away if we didn't, and then there was talk about giving the road away to Ray Sound. Did we ever do anything with that? Pete, do we still own Rosemont?
Still a town.
The town? So in other words, that was another one that went right by the wayside. That one went right over his head. I mean, I know we're working on Williams Street now, but I think Rosemont's in a little worse condition than Williams. Rosemont has nothing, and it is a street. Has absolutely nothing there. But that was another thing. Like I say, he just turned deaf ears and kept writing bills out. Let me see. Okay, we talked about the nepotism again tonight. That's another thing. How many times are we going to bring it to a vote and talk about it or whatever? It's done. It went twice. The mayor put an executive order. It should be closed. The case is done. It's good. You know, we have to have faith in the mayor. We believe in him. I hope the council believes in him and should believe in him. But it's almost like your health benefit thing, Mr. Simaluka. You had to rewrite your ordinance or your so-called amendment to a petition where an ordinance didn't exist, and you tailor-made it for yourself. And then you had to sit as council president that night because no one else could have the, I don't know, they were probably embarrassed to sit there and say what you were going to say and screw the rest of the council. You know, tell the truth about that. That is a tailor-made for you. That's what that is. And you grandfathered yourself right in there and you stepped right up and took it. So like I say, when you're going to talk about things and clarify things, make sure you say you were the author of that amendment. And the only thing we wanted to do was put it on the ballot and let the taxpayer decide whether they want to pay your benefits or not. But I guess the only way the taxpayer is going to get that is this election time, when he can go and vote and just not remove your benefits, just remove you. And you won't be sitting up there. And that will be the easy way to do it. And that's what the people have to remember. The other three that took it, no longer with us. We got the author here right now, should not be with us when it's all over. Also, the zoning bills for the zoning board. Did we ever do anything with them? With the engineering bills? Through the chair, Mr. Suarez?
Well, that's an issue that was basically litigation. I really want to discuss it in the open sessions, but they have not been paid.
It's in litigation or it's
No,
going?
it's a potential litigation matter, but I can advise.
I know it's potential, but the bills are from January,
They've not been paid.
February, and March.
The
We're
township-
now November.
The township has not paid them.
Huh? We have not paid
The
them.
township has not paid them.
Okay, just staying up on that. We also talked about the pump station. That the smell is horrible there. I mean, that was another thing that didn't need to be done. We had a rush to do the field. We did, and we're still waiting on the pump station. The valve has been missing for years. It's never been there. So obviously we weren't maintaining it the right way, the safe way. And, you know, we just did, that was another half-assed job that we did. And it's still sitting there like that. But we were told that the pump station was okay. You also commented, Mr. Simaluka, on your 0% budget, that was a responsible thing. Just imagine if you would have had a 2% increase, you know how many roads we could repave? We'd probably be able to take the money that you wasted not acting fast enough on Midland Avenue and probably pave Midland Avenue now and prevent some of them accidents. But when you do 0, that's what you can buy, 0. That's what you can spend, 0. Okay? And that's what that council did, 0. What they wanted to do. Another thing, white elephant. How are we making out with the money for the senior housing? That money was due the second week of October. I didn't have to bring a calendar with me to let me know that we're in November.
I just spoke to John Bialy today, and he is waiting for the official notice. They do it by telephone, and he said it's any day.
A yes.
I'm sorry?
A yes or a no?
A yes. We're waiting for an official
He
notice.
told you it was a yes.
He told me we're waiting to quote him, the
Karen,
official
Karen, listen.
notice.
If he told you yes, we have the money. Don't tell me about an official
No,
notice.
he's waiting
or
for the
anything like that.
official notice.
So in other words, he doesn't have an answer.
He's waiting for the answer. Everything was
So he
submitted.
doesn't have one.
No, he's
Okay,
waiting
that's
for.
all, that's all, that's all.
Okay.
You don't, a no
Okay.
is no explanation. He doesn't
Okay.
have an answer. That's
Well,
all.
he's waiting
Yes or no
for the,
question.
he's waiting for the
Karen,
answer.
we're waiting 3 years, so what's another 3 months? You know what I mean? That was another project that we had to rush into. You know what I mean? It don't matter. We don't have it. We were getting that 500,000 or 400,000 for SAMs, for veterans. That was coming too. We're still waiting on that. Like I say, when it's, there's no money. That's the thing. There's no money. We're all the way down the bottom of the list. We never act quick. We're always at the end. I know I heard some things about property maintenance and stuff like that. The way it was explained to us on Monday night at the zoning meeting was that the building inspector only acts on complaints. If he receives an address, he'll go out there. To me, I think he should, when he's out patrolling or whatever he's doing, inspecting, he should have his eyes open and look at the properties, not wait for a complaint. Why should the resident or the neighbor have to do his job? You know what I mean? It only causes problems with neighbors and everything else. If something is wrong, fix it. Or bring it to that house's attention. Don't wait. Why do we have to call in? That would be like telling the cops, don't stop somebody from committing a crime only if you get a call. If the cop sees something, he acts. He does something. And the same thing should go there, and the town would be in a lot better shape than what it is. Like I say, I think that's about it, but, you know, with the veterans field, like I said, we got to make a move. We got to do something. Like I say, me personally, I think $700,000 is a lot to spend on what we're getting, but we got to start somewhere, and it's never going to end. Just like I said, we would run out of money before we finish the project, and we're right there right now. We're right on the border right now. We're over. We're over right now. At $700,000, we're over. So, like I said, sometimes I know you the people don't like to, but you have to listen to the people. Listen to what the people are saying. And I know it didn't cost that amount of money to build that high school one, because I was involved in that one. It cost nowhere near that to build that refreshment stand. And that refreshment stand is twice the size of the one at Sampson Field. And I believe it was done by volunteer, and there was a contractor involved that where you had to pay, you paid them to do. And a lot of the stuff was volunteer. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to be heard?
It's on.
On?
It's on.
Hi. Donna Hernandez, 145 Wilson Street. I was just wondering if there was something we could do to address the speeding. I'm right off on the corner off Fairlawn Parkway. And I called the police station like a couple of weeks ago. And he said possibly we can get one of those speed... well, it's on Fairlawn Parkway right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought maybe we could put it on my street, or we could do something. Is there something that we could address that speeding?
It was on Wilson, but it was on the other end of Wilson.
Oh, it was on the other end.
Because I'm off Wilson myself. It's
Okay.
on the other side of Wilson. I spoke about putting portable speed bumps. I think that's something that's still being discussed,
Yeah,
put throughout the township.
because it's really bad. They come off, Fairlawn Parkway, and they're still like speeding off where they shouldn't be speeding anyway off the Parkway. But I was just wondering if it was something that we can address.
I'll make sure that the police department gets that complaint, and they'll probably move that radar trailer over there.
Yeah, if they
And then
can,
we'll do
just
some-
for, maybe temporarily, it'd be nice for,
Sure, do some
but you
enforcement
get,
over there.
it's not just the kids, it's the adults too. I mean, but that's basically it, I think. I want to say something.
Sure.
Okay. I watch your council meetings on TV. Okay, every month. And yeah, this is a public meeting. People can say what they want to say, but I think it's discouraging to see certain individuals put you down of what you're doing or whatever. I don't know if it's a personal vendetta or whatever, but really, you know, it really is. And I don't know if you guys, you know, I'm sure you're tired of it and you're really handling it very well. Yeah, you could do the right thing, but, you know, I don't understand the personal vendetta.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Anyone else wishing to be heard? No? This time? Sorry. That's okay. Motion to close?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Comments? Council comments?
I just have one comment at this time. It may address something. It goes back to the anti-nepotism. I was against it. I'll come right out and say I thought that we were fixing something in the town of Saddlebrook that really wasn't broken. We spent a lot of time discussing it. We did vote on it a few times. I do give the mayor a lot of credit. He was for it. He did his executive order, and he did a good job. And being I was against it, I'd be the first one to say that I will stand behind the mayor on that. He did a good job. He's going to be here for 3 more years. There's no sense of us superseding what he's already done. And that's all I have to say on the anti-nepotism. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Anyone else want comments at this point? No? Mayor?
Okay. Thank you, Council President. I just want to address Mrs. Zottarelli because I had a little time now to absorb what you said. On my end here, I will check with the rec director to see. Apparently, there may be some kind of miscommunication, but I'm assuming, I knew it was supposed to start soon, but I'm assuming that you, as a Board of Education member, I believe that must have come to a vote to hire that janitor. I mean, was that a wrong assumption, or? Okay. Well, I thought maybe it was an official vote during a meeting, but, okay, well, on that end, I will look into it to see what happened. I'm sure it was some kind of, as I said, miscommunication. I just want to go into, I have several things. I'm going to try to get through it quick. But the first thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about Jack Wasdike. After his passing, I had written a Facebook message about Jack, about my feelings about his death, and I received a lot of compliments about my post, and a lot of people said that they felt that what I had said reflected what they felt about him. So I just like to read, and bear with me, it's short, but I just want to read this word for word because it's just easier for me to do that. Saddlebrook lost a wonderful man and great friend yesterday in Jack Wasdike. Jack passed on October 16th. Jack grew up in town and was a big part of the community that he cherished and loved so much. In word and deed, he always showed compassion for people and the need to preserve our town's history. He gave of himself time and time again for the good of the community and his fellow men and women. He has left his mark on all who knew him and a lasting legacy as town historian, library board, vice president, and school principal. We could never thank him enough for all that he has done for our town. He will live forever in the hearts and souls of all those he has touched here in Saddlebrook. My deepest condolences to his family. May he rest in peace. Thank you for allowing me to share that with you.
Thank you.
We had several events that took place this month First, I would like to mention, we had student elections in the high school, middle school on October 20th. The students used real voting machines on that date to elect student council representatives and class officers. It was an exercise to teach the students about the voting process. And polling stations were set up like the standard elections used to track the votes. The Bergen County Superintendent of Elections provided the machines at no cost to the township, and overall, the schools received very positive, a lot of positive feedback from the students, staff, and the parents. I want to thank Peter Ladico for supervising the elections, as he did on Tuesday. He did the same thing that day. Yes. And poll workers, Marie Kenny and Inez Radman, who volunteered and helped set up and process voters. We also, this month, had the senior Halloween party at the VFW. Councilwoman Darminio and Senior Center Director Joe Lisi did a fantastic job planning and organizing the event. And it was well attended, and everybody had a lot of fun. We had our township trunk or treat on Saturday, Halloween Day, Saturday, October 31st. Township Council and I want to thank all who attended and volunteered at this trunk or treat. There was great weather, and really it was a fun-filled afternoon. We had a large group of trunk or treaters. They were dressed in amazing costumes. I want to commend the Projects and Activities Committee, the Mayor's Youth Group, and my secretary, Christine, for organizing the event. Special thanks, though, to co-committee chairwoman Shannon Accomundo and Councilman Todd Accomundo for really taking a lead role and worked very hard to make the event a great success and a memorable occasion. It was really nice to see all the families participating and enjoying themselves at this community celebration. There are photos on our town Facebook and website, and also a video of the event at Saddlebrook Community TV. One last note about that, I want to thank resident Lenny Arellano, who donated his video game trailer that was parked there so that the kids could use it and have a lot of fun playing video games. Last night, we had a 300th anniversary committee meeting. We discussed many ideas and initiatives, including a big part of it's going to be garnering community-wide support, fundraising events, getting businesses, civic groups, schools involved in the process. We want to develop a 2016 calendar of events to commemorate and celebrate the occasion, which will include a kickoff event, a Heritage Day, historical discussion series, monument dedication, historical site tours, a parade float, Spirit Day, and a recognition dinner. Hopefully we can do, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. The committee is utilizing a Facebook page to promote and provide useful and informative messages throughout the 2016 year. We're requesting that anyone having any kind of historical information, such as writings, photos, any kind of items relevant to the town's history, if they could share that with us, we can copy it for all those involved that are interested in the occasion. We also ask you to like our Saddlebrook 300th Facebook page and share and distribute that information with your friends and interested people. We're looking forward to having a very special 300th anniversary celebration throughout the year. I want to congratulate, we have resolutions that are going to be read, but I want to congratulate the 4 Eagle Scouts that are going to be inducted on Saturday, this Saturday: Mark Colazzo, Anthony Doviak, Timothy Reed Fearens, and Travis Habick. It's a big commitment to do what they did, and a great achievement. It's Scouting's highest honor, and I'm going to be proud to make proclamations on Saturday at the event. They're having a ceremony at the VFW. I just want to mention, too, there's, as far as the grant writer, we he did issue a report, pretty lengthy report, but I just want to comment on two different grants that we're going to look to apply for and before the end of the year. One of them is a public service grant. It's energy efficient lighting and equipment. There's new money that through public service. It's a new direct install grant program. It could be used for all township buildings for lighting, also HVAC units, anything that could be made more energy efficient. So we're hoping to apply for that and possibly get funds by the end of the year. Also, the fire chief and assistant chief are working with our grant writer on the 2015 firefighters grant. That's used to enhance the capabilities of the fire department with tools and resources. It's a cost share requirement, so it's a 50-50. Whatever equipment is bought, we have to match with 50% of the cost. I know that the fire department has applied and requested turnout gear, which is outdated, so I'm hoping that we could use those grant funds for the purchase of that equipment. We can also purchase the equipment and be reimbursed if we, in fact, do get the grant. Just want to mention some of the bonding that's for the bond ordinance that we have for approval. One of them is the improvement of William Street, milling and paving, repairing, installing curbs, sidewalks, driveway aprons. That's $150,000 that's being appropriated for that. We also have the acquisition, installation of the emergency generator for this building. We do have a $75,000 FEMA grant. We believe that it's going to cost about $160,000, but we will offset it with that $75,000 FEMA grant. There's also some sewer utility improvements there, replacement of pumps, piping equipment, and sewer lines. Also drainage and stormwater. Let me just go back to sewer utility is a $300,000 appropriation. Drainage and stormwater improvements to the Saddle River Road area, catch basins, storm drains associated with roadway improvements, included but not limited to milling and repaving certain roads. That's $150,000. We also, $60,873 is going to be Bergen County Community Development Grant money that we're going to use towards that. A couple other things, public service, the gas main project is underway. Please check with the police department, their Facebook page, the township website, and also township Facebook page for a schedule of the work and road closings. Not too many roads are going to be closed. Right now, they're on Platt Avenue, and that road is closed for a section. But most of the streets, they won't be closed. And most of the work is being done north of Market Street. Central Ave's one of them, but Ackerman, Franklin, those streets there along Saddle River Road, Platt. A security camera installation at Veterans Field. All the work at Veterans Field is now complete. Next week, I'm going to do a walkthrough with the Global Protec, who's the company, the vendor that's doing the work. But they still have to install the CMS computer and the monitor at police headquarters because it's going to be monitored 24/7 at police headquarters. Green infrastructure, they issued a report with recommendations for environmentally friendly projects. I haven't reviewed the report yet. It's pretty lengthy, and I will make a presentation, or better yet, maybe I'll have them come, Rutgers come, and do a presentation at the next meeting. I just want to congratulate the Saddlebrook Board of Education members who were elected, Parampreet Singh, Joseph Najito, and Stephen Quinn. I wish them the best of luck in their terms. I just want to say, too, that we have board members here. I will be encouraging the new superintendent and current Board of Education members to provide the township with the video recordings of their meetings to broadcast on Saddlebrook Community Television. The school district, at the current time, they do tape the meetings, both the work session and the regular meeting, and they post that on the school district website. From what I understand, many of the videos of the meetings on a routine basis are being copied, which is perfectly legal, and posted on a particular internet blog. I don't have a problem with any of that, but my point is that if these tapes are being used by someone that's not affiliated with the township, shouldn't we have those videos on the township television so that everyone in town could watch it? And you know what? The town did the recent debate that took place with the Board of Education members. The town did have, and La Cosa, our videographer, tape those meetings, tape the debate and put it on the television station. I thought that was a good idea so the public could view it and see what these candidates were all about and how they could help or not help the Board of Education and have them make a better informed decision. So, and I also strongly advocate, I would like to start taping not only the meetings, I'd like to start taping sporting events and other type events and put it on the television station. I think the public would really enjoy that. It'd be a good thing for the town. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments before we go into ordinances? Sorry?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. First thing I'd like to do is respond to certain comments made tonight. I don't know where the 3-year comment came from in terms of that's how long the money has been in there. Possibly. I don't know. I don't have any documentation on that. And to tell you the truth, I don't know when we actually authorized the engineer to start preparing the specs for the sidewalks and curb cuts. The way it works with the county, we've talked about this before, is that in order to get them to pave Midland Avenue, the town has to prepare documents, specifications for curb cuts all along Midland Avenue from wherever we're doing it, almost the entire length of Midland Avenue. I'm not sure when our engineer, our former engineer, was authorized to do that. My problem, and again, this is, I've got no problem with Mr. Lemanowitz on this. It's just that I was afraid that the back and forth over who was going to prepare them, and it's nobody's fault. It's just that there was a back and forth over who was going to be responsible. There was some miscommunication. Again, I'm not blaming anybody, but because of that miscommunication, apparently we missed the funding. But in any event, that has to take place first. So regardless, it's going to get done. Unfortunately, it's going to be a year later. We're going to have to survive a winter on Midland Avenue with a lot of ruts and holes and things like that. But it will get done. In terms of the plans for the field, I mean, I have 4 fellow council people up here and the engineer. And I think that everyone will agree that we have seen plans from beginning to end. No one delivered them to Mr. Ratajczyk's house, I'm sure, but they're here. You can come see them in Pete's office. Come to my house. You know where I live, 202 Hayes Drive. Come by, I'll show it to you. It's not a problem. We've got plans because we were, like I said at the last meeting, we were about to go to bid. There was a vote whether or not to go to bid. Well, we don't go to bid on just somebody saying, hey, we want to build a snack stand and bathrooms. Give us a bid. There were specific plans. I mean, that's how we know that Tom had said today earlier that the new plans, which are very basic and very preliminary, cutting back a bathroom fixture. Well, how do you know that? Because the old plans had them. They were seen, there were drawings. Pete, maybe I've been called crazy before. Do we have plans, and do you have the plans in your office? Yes. For various aspects of Veterans Field, from the actual turf to the design for the snack stand and restrooms?
Yes.
You have. And everyone's seen them? I mean, I'm not crazy.
And we also have them on CD-ROM.
Okay. So they're there. In terms of the benefit, again, I mean, we're talking about beating a dead horse. I think Mr. Tychik gives me a lot more credit than I'm due. I was not the author of any ordinance. That's not my job. I mean, we had special labor counsel that came in, and he prepared that, and he explained the reason that it was done. I've given an explanation ad nauseum, so all I know is that both Ms. Mazur and I got reelected in 2012, and we had both taken the benefits. So although the three people who were here before, in terms of mayor and two council people, did not get reelected, we were reelected 3 years ago with the knowledge that we were getting the benefits and that ordinance had been passed. In terms of the 2% tax increase, I guess on behalf of the taxpayers of Saddlebrook, I want to commend that there was a 0-point tax increase. I don't know of anybody that pays taxes that comes out and says, I'm upset with you because you didn't raise my taxes. And certainly there was an election a year ago, and I don't recall any debate. I don't recall any person speaking at any kind of political function. I don't recall any piece of political literature saying, hey, we're going to maximize your taxes. We're going to raise your taxes to the maximum amount because that's what we should do. And in fact, the budget did not include a 2% tax increase this year. So it wasn't done this year. There was a tax increase, but it wasn't the maximum 2%. Now, Ms. Hernandez came up here and she said it seems like it's personal. I can assure you it's not personal. Mr. Tychik is Mr. Tychik. I've known him for a long time, and I don't take it personal when he says things because he's done that, and he's given his opinion to Mr. Sedekase, Mr. Conti, Mr. Halco. He's had it. Listen, I remember years ago when our kids were smaller, going on vacation with the Tychik family and sitting at the poolside at the El Coronado, where Larry would sit there with his Corona and talk for hours about all that was wrong with Saddlebrook. And that was well before I was the cause of all these problems. So it's just Larry being Larry. And again, you know, if he didn't do this, I would wonder if he was in good health, and I would be concerned. But again, I don't really take it as a personal vendetta against me. In terms of other things to talk about, first thing is on November 11th, Wednesday, November 11th at 11 a.m., the veterans will be having their ceremony at the Veterans Circle on Saddle River Road. So if you can find it time in your day to come out, please do so. I do agree with Mr. Tychik about Rosemont. I've been talking about that for 6 years. It's a horrible road, and I actually had asked if we could sell it to the people that use it because it's just horrible. And I know that the guy from Quick Stop, he had paved half of it, which I thought was a little silly. But he says, well, half of it's mine, or I'm just going to pave the half that's closest to my building. It's one of the most horrible streets in town, and again, we're going to ask the council at some point. We really got to do something on that. I know that if you put curbs and sidewalks there, then there'll be no parking for those buildings. So there is some legal ramifications, but something has to be done one way or the other. We talked earlier about the salt shed, and that's going to come up for a vote. I fully support the use of the salt shed. We've been berated month after month and year after year that we don't have any of our own stuff. Well, finally, we're going to get our own stuff, and I hope that I don't hear criticism that we should borrow salt from someplace or go and pay somebody else to deliver our salt. We'll finally get our salt shed, and there will be no more going to Maywood or having to rely on other people. We'll be self-sufficient in regard to that. I talked about Midland Avenue, and earlier we talked about the lighting on Midland Avenue. As you know, there's a new restaurant facility on Midland Avenue, and the mayor, I found out that the mayor had the same concern that I did, and has had Pete talk to PSE&G to see if they can make a lighting study, to see if we can get extra lights there in order to avoid any problems. I'm not sure if lighting was the root of the problem, but there were coincidentally maybe two pedestrian accidents in or around that area. So it would be, I think, in everyone's best interest to at least check it out and see if PSEG can do it. I know that I did get a call from someone to say we have a pole there that doesn't have a light on it. So there is a structure there that they can put a light on, excuse me. Various things. In terms of the election, besides the Board of Ed victors, I'd like to congratulate freeholders Zur, Tonelli, and Sullivan, and also the our assemblymen Eustace, Tim Eustace and Joe Lagana on their victories, and hopefully we can count on them, and they certainly count on us for helping out. In terms of the mobile sign, we had talked about that mobile sign. I honestly, and I talked to the mayor, I was a little disappointed when I saw it. Something's better than nothing, but I also have learned that because it was purchased with police funds, that it's really not the town's. It is the town's. It's the police, but it's under the purview of the police department. And what I'd prefer, and to see if we can find it in our budget, which is probably going to be next year, if we can get a permanent fixture on town hall property that can be double-sided and it can have a scroll or something that can tell all about town events. The other one is good. It's mobile, but it seems like it looks like one of those radar detection billboards. But it can serve its purpose, and certainly I think it did help, as somebody said, it helped out with the trunk or treat by advising people. It was put on Fairlawn Parkway. And in regard to the trunk or treat, great event. Thanks to Karen, Todd's wife Shannon, and everyone who was involved, Tommy Van Winkle. Everyone did a good job, and there were estimates of 500 people or 500 families coming. It was pretty awesome. There were some people that said, you're having it on Halloween, it's stupid, people are going to be trick-or-treating. Well, they may have been trick-or-treating, but they made a stop at Long School, and it was awesome. We're going to come back later. I'm going to talk about nepotism during the old business, and I assure you, based on what happens, it most likely will be the last time that we will talk about it. I don't think that we were here after the street fair. The Unico Street Fair was held the first Sunday in October, and again, that was, once again, the weather held up. In the beginning, in the morning, it was really super windy, and things were being blown all over, and I said, oh, geez, this isn't going to work out. But everything calmed down. I think as soon as I bought a hat and put on a jacket, the sun came out for some reason. I was sweating to death. But everyone who did it, all the people in Unico did a great job, and I want to congratulate them and thank them, because that was very good. I don't want to take Joe's thunder, but the football teams are playing, the rec teams. You want to do that? I'll let you do the high school. Oh, I don't know. You talked. I don't know if you wanted to finish stuff. And again, I will talk about that nepotism under old business. And thank you very much.
I think next time I'll start on my left. Anyway, thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. If you don't want to steal my thunder, then don't. But anyway, we do have a very successful high school football season going on this year. The team this week had a real great game. They defeated Hasbrook Heights, which is a big rivalry of us, and it secured their position into the state playoffs. They have one more game Friday night. That's just the regular season game. And then I believe their first state round, they play Booton. And best of luck to them, the players, the coaches. They've had a great year. Recreation football, too. Congratulations to all of us. We've all secured spots in the playoffs, so it's a successful thing for all of us. Thanks again, Andrew.
I'm going to steal some of his thunder. Joe's a little shy and humble about it, but his son, Andrew, was named as the NJIC linebacker of the league. So congratulations to you. I'm sure it makes you and the Camilleri family and the entire town of Saddlebrook proud.
You finished, Jeff? Okay, great. Okay. You're good? You're going to wait? Okay. Okay.
I would just like to thank everyone for helping out with, I'm sorry, I get yelled at every month for this. I would thank everyone for showing up for the trunk or treat, volunteering. The Also, I would like to thank Spencer Savings. They donated a popcorn machine to the township for the, not just for the event, but for future events. Thank you, Karen. My wife, Tom,
Tom Van Winkle.
I'm thinking who else? Drew blank, I'm sorry. But thank you all who attended and volunteered. I appreciate, oh, the Women's Club. Women's Club
Right,
also
yeah.
attended and volunteered a few vehicles and a lot of candy. So I thank you very much. And, thank you.
See, now I have to talk
I
because
see.
you brought that up, so. No, I didn't forget. I do want to thank everybody, especially Shannon Accomundo and Todd. As co-chair, Shannon really ran with the whole trunk or treat. It was great. A lot of parents participated, the mayor's youth group, as you said, the women's club. It was a great, great turnout, and we had a great day. Also, I want to thank the winners of the Halloween decorating contest. We had a lot of fun. Thomas took all of the pictures, and it was really great. And next year, I hope we get more people, but it was really fun to go out and see everything. I just wanted to mention that we did apply for 3 grants from the community development for the senior bus driver clerk, for the continuation of the drainage in the 6th district, and for barrier-free bathrooms on Veterans Field. Last year, we were able to get approximately $27,000 for the senior bus driver and the clerk, and about $60,000 for the 6th district. So we're applying again for more money, and we'll see what we get next year. The tree lighting. We will be having the tree lighting on November 27th, Town Hall, 6 o'clock. Immediately following will be the holiday party, which will be at the high school, 6:30. We'll have characters. In fact, Darth Vader is one of them that are coming. We'll have about 12 characters, face painters, DJ, Santa, Mrs. Santa. There'll be food, and I hope everybody comes to participate. And lastly, I was going to save this to the end. I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay. I'd like to make mention, because they just about covered everything, our 300-year anniversary. I am also co-chair with the mayor. I would like to, with the approval of the council, and to see if there is funds available, to at least give a donation to the 300-year committee for some seed money so they can get started. There's going to be printing costs and things like that. Right now, they're relying on donations. So I won't put Pete on the spot right now, but you can take a look to see what we got. Well, I was thinking of more like 300 each or something like that. Anyway, so see what we have. Check for the next meeting, because I'd really like to contribute on behalf of the council.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
No, it's okay. I'm just asking, Pete to look in for money.
Oh, okay.
Basically asking
Okay.
for money
I got
to
you.
give to the
Right.
300 year, so we have
Yes.
some seed money to get started.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All righty, we're going to move on to our ordinances.
First ordinance, final reading, ordinance number 1604-15, an ordinance amending the Township Code of the Township of Saddlebrook, Chapter 189, entitled Taxi Cabs Livery Services, for a second reading.
Motion to give a second reading.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Camilleri?
Yes.
Councilman Samaluka?
Yes.
Councilwoman Arminio?
Yes.
Councilman Accomando?
Yes.
Council President Mays?
Yes.
An ordinance amending the Township Code of the Township of Saddlebrook, Chapter 189, entitled Taxi Cabs Livery Services.
I have a motion to open to the public.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? The meeting is now open to the public regarding this ordinance and this ordinance only. If anyone would like to speak, please come up. Seeing no one, and I ask for a motion to close.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Be resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that the ordinance entitled An ordinance amending the Township Code of the Township of Saddlebrook, Chapter 189, entitled Taxi Cabs Delivery Services, is now passed on second and final reading, and that the Township Clerk be directed to advertise said ordinance or title thereof in the press, together with the notice of the date of passage of said ordinance according to law.
Have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Samaluka?
Yes.
Councilman Camilleri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Diorminio?
Yes.
Councilman Accomando?
Yes.
Council President Mays.
Yes.
Next ordinance is ordinance 1605-15. It's a bond ordinance providing for flood mitigation improvements, which includes the acquisition of properties in the Township of Saddlebrook and the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, appropriating $850,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $809,523 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof. It also incorporates state and county grants that the township has received.
Motion. Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Samaluka?
Yes.
Councilman Camilleri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Diorminio?
Yes.
Councilman Accomando?
Yes.
Council President Mazur.
Yes.
A bond ordinance providing for flood mitigation improvements, including the acquisition of properties in the Township of Saddlebrook in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, appropriating $850,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $809,523 bonds and notes to finance part of the cost thereof.
Have a motion to open this meeting to the public?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The meeting is now open to the public regarding this ordinance. Anyone wishing to be heard? Seeing no one? Motion closed.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Be resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that the ordinance entitled, a bond ordinance providing for flood mitigation improvements, including the acquisition of properties in the Township of Saddlebrook and the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, appropriating $850,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $809,523 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof. It is now passed on second and final reading, and that the Township Clerk be directed to advertise said ordinance or title thereof in the press, together with the notice of the date of passage of said ordinance according to law.
Have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Samaluka?
Yes.
Councilman Camilleri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Diorminio?
Yes.
Councilman Accomando?
Yes.
Council President Mazur.
Yes.
And we have ordinance 1606-15, a bond ordinance providing for various 2015 general capital improvements by and in the Township of Saddlebrook and the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, appropriating $760,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $594,405 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to the second reading.
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Samaluka?
Yes.
Councilman Camilleri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Diorminio?
Yes.
Councilman Accomando?
Yes.
Council President Mazur.
Yes.
A bond ordinance providing for various 2015 general capital improvements by and in the Township of Saddlebrook in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, appropriating $760,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $594,405 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof.
Do I have a motion to open the public?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
The meeting is now open to the public regarding this ordinance. Anyone wishing to be heard?
Motion to close?
Seeing no one, motion closed.
Second.
All in favor?
Be resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that the bond ordinance providing for various 2015 general capital improvements by and in the Township of Saddlebrook and the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, appropriating $760,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $594,405 in bonds and notes to finance part of the cost thereof, hereby passes on second and final reading, and that the Township Clerk be directed to advertise said ordinance or title thereof in the press, together with the notice of the date of passage of said ordinance according to law.
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Samaluka?
Yes.
Councilman Camilleri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Diarminio?
Yes.
Councilman Accomando?
Yes.
Council President Mason?
Yes.
All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine and non-controversial by the Township Council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or member so requests it, in which case the item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. The one motion signifies adoption of all resolutions, receive and file letters, correspondence, reports, and approval of the minutes and applications. The minutes will be voted on separately, will not be part of the consent agenda. We will add resolution it's number 18 concerning the resolution number 18, which is for the monitoring well that private concern has asked the township to consider. And resolution 19 on salt shed will not be part of the consent agenda, but voted on separately.
Pete, also you are, you're taking 8, 9, 10, and 11 off the consent agenda, or we
You
just?
want to read them after
We'll
the
read
vote,
them
or
after.
before
We're
the
gonna read
vote?
them, right?
Yes. I'd ask that the council read the recognition of, for the Eagle Scout. There are 4 gentlemen, as the mayor mentioned. I'll be at a ceremony on Saturday with the mayor, and I'll be reading them. So I'd like to give the opportunity for my fellow council people to read them tonight, because I'm not sure if the cameras will be there on Saturday, and give them, so each one will take a recognition.
We'll pull them off the consent agenda, vote
Yes.
on them separately.
Okay. You just read.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So on the consent agenda with the addition of resolution number 18, the motion.
Second.
Councilman Samaluka?
Yes.
Councilman Camilleri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Diarminio?
Yes.
Councilman Accomando?
Yes.
Council President Mason?
Yes.
Want to do that?
Sorry. For the council. Yeah. Okay. All righty. Which order are we going, guys? Yes. Yes.
I'll start with Havoc.
Okay.
All right, I'll be nice to you. Travis Havoc, member of Boy Scout Troop 213, has achieved the highest honor in scouting, Eagle Scout. Travis started with the Cub Scout Pack 222 as a Tiger Cub and continued in scouting. Where Travis slept with the Sharks, and Travis has participated in many programs and activities in scouting, such as walking away from a bear, high adventure camp in Floodwood, and survived the muds at West Point, as well as serving in leadership positions and senior patrol leader. Travis is a junior at Bergen Tech, and his Eagle Scout project was raising $900 cash and $700 worth of food for the Rample Valley Animal Shelter. By the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook, that Travis Havoc is recognized for his commitment to the tenets and beliefs of Boy Scouts of America, and is hereby commended on his achievement of Scouting's highest honor of Eagle Scout.
Thank you, Councilman.
Anthony Doviak, whereas Anthony Doviak, member of Boy Scout Troop 213, has received the highest honor in scouting, Eagle Scout. And whereas Anthony started with Cub Scout Pack 222 as a Tiger Cub and continued in scouting, where Anthony met various people and shared many experiences that helped shape Anthony into the individual he is today. And whereas Anthony has participated in many programs and activities in scouting and is currently a sophomore at Montclair State University, majoring in environmental science. For his Eagle Scout project, Anthony rebuilt the fences and tables, making the tables handicap accessible at the Franklin Lakes Bird Sanctuary. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that Anthony Doviak is recognized for his commitment to the tenets and beliefs of the Boy Scouts of America and is hereby commended on his achievement of Scouting's highest honor, Eagle Scout.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Timothy Reed Ferrance. Whereas Timothy Reed Ferrance, member of Boy Scout Troop 213, has achieved the highest honor in scouting, Eagle Scout. And whereas Timothy started with Cub Pack 222 as a Tiger Cub and continued in scouting. Where Timothy attended many camping trips, attended the Boy Scout Jamboree twice, and also twice attended Floodwood High Adventure. And whereas Timothy has participated in many programs and activities in scouting, and currently volunteers with Paramus Rescue and is a student at Paramus High School. For his Eagle Scout project, Timothy constructed an educational bee hive at the New Jersey Audubon Center to raise awareness to the plight of bees dying. He aspired to study computer science in college. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that Timothy Reed Ferrance is recognized for his commitment to the tenets and beliefs of the Boy Scouts of America, and is hereby commended on his achievement of scouting highest honor, Eagle Scout. Congratulations, Timothy.
Thank you, Councilman.
Mark, I'm sorry, you're stuck with me reading this. Mark A. Colazzo, whereas Mark A. Colazzo, member of Boy Scout Troop 213, has achieved the highest honor in scouting, Eagle Scout, and whereas Mark has held various leadership positions in scouting, including scribe, patrol leader, den chief, troop guide, senior patrol leader, and leave no trace trainer, and attends Bergen County Technical High School, majoring in digital media. And whereas Mark has participated in scouting since the first grade and has enjoyed many scouting trips, including Floodwood, High Adventure Camp, and meadow hikes. For his Eagle Scout project, Mark built a trailhead kiosk and 2 rustic wood benches for the Bergen County Historical Society's Newbridge Landing site. Mark's future plans include earning the National Outdoor Award as well as Eagle Palms, and would like to major in film and screenplay writing in college. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook that Mark A. Colazzo is recognized for his commitment to the tenets and beliefs of the Boy Scouts of America and is hereby commended on his achievement of scouting's highest honor, Eagle Scout. Congratulations, Mark, and to all the recipients of the Eagle Scout Award.
Thank you, Councilman. Once again, I'd like to congratulate the 4 Eagle Scouts and their families. Awesome accomplishment. So very proud of each and every one of you.
Okay, we have the minutes from the October 1st, 2015 meeting with the corrections that Councilman Samuka mentioned at the work session to be approved.
No motion.
Motion.
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Samuka?
Yes.
Councilman Camilleri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Diorminio?
Yes.
Councilman Accomando?
Abstain.
Council President Mason.
Yes.
And we have the resolution is to award bid for a salt shed. The bid would go to Frank Seminaro Construction, Wayne, New Jersey, with a base bid of $197,960, providing funds are available.
Any motion?
Motion.
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Samuka?
Yes.
Councilman Camilleri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Diorminio?
Yes.
Councilman Accomando?
Yes.
Council President Mason.
Yes. Okay. Just so the public's aware, this salt shed that we just voted on, we're hoping to get it, to start construction as soon as possible. And this way we can have our salt in our own township and readily available for all the storms. Thank you. Any other comments? Yes. Yes. No, no, yes. Okay.
Lastly, I would like to congratulate our Halloween decorating winners. I would like to congratulate all our Eagle Scouts. There's one other girl I'd like to just acknowledge, and that's Alexa Boofy for her accomplishments in girls soccer. And lastly, I just would like to wish everybody out there and their families a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you. Whatever you like.
Old business, seems like it's getting older and older, but in terms of the nepotism ordinance, I said last month that I agree wholeheartedly with the mayor's imposition or enactment of an executive order, and I believe that it is the council's purview and it should be codified. An executive order is not codified. I think that this is the right thing to do. So I am, at this point, going to make a motion for approval by title only, first reading, the anti-nepotism ordinance, basically word for word with the mayor's executive order, which spells out who is affected by it and the length of the terms and everything like that. So I, myself, am going to make that motion, and I am seeking a second on that motion.
Do I have a second? Seeing no second,
Very disappointed, but that's the council's decision. I understand it.
thank you. Any other comments? You can say something? Yes, no? Mayor?
Not about the salt shed,
Okay.
or I'm sorry, about the nepotism
Okay.
ordinance. I just want to reiterate a couple of things that were said that I missed out. I really didn't mention anything about upcoming projects in my long-winded comments. But I just want to, again, Councilman Simaluka mentioned Veterans Day on November 11th, very important. Councilwoman Darminio mentioned the holiday tree lighting, November 27th, the day after Thanksgiving. I just want to mention Alexa Boofy, which there was a story in the Daily Voice, which is that online paper, which our township Facebook shared that, and which was a great accomplishment. Also, the high school football team and recreation football teams for making the playoffs. I just want to say Happy Veterans Day and Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Thank you.
Any other comments? No. I'd like to entertain a motion to open the meeting to the public on agenda items and agenda items only. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? The meeting is now reopened for any comments for agenda items. Seeing no one, motion to close? All in favor? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a happy, healthy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, motion adjourned.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.